8月23日、ドジャース対パイレーツ戦ではスクーバルがドジャース初勝利を挙げ、逆転の決勝打は不振に苦しむタッカーが決めました。タッカーについてはずっと監督、チームメイト、ファンらが皆必死にサポートの気持ちを様々な場所で公言していました。本日のロバーツ監督、タッカーの試合後の会見のほか、先日のファンのスターオベ、マンシー、キケが公に語る様子を訳しました。ご覧ください。
That was good. That was obviously the first inning didn't go great, and they rode out some change-ups, but just seeing him on the attack after they got those two runners on in the second inning, from that point on, it was a different pitcher, and that's the guy that we needed, and completing 7 innings, reset the bullpen, great outing. I think after that, he just started pounding the zone with his fastball, had the life, and then the slider off of that. Threw some change-ups, obviously, but he was getting ahead. I think early on, I think he was a little, I don't know if he was too fine, but getting some count leverage, but they were riding out the change-up. But I think he sort of went into bully mode, from that third inning on. Yes. He got into a good little rhythm, and you could see, he was just focused on getting guys out, getting ahead, being efficient. And we fed off that. The defense, Max made some nice plays out there. Mookie, the backhand, late. But yeah, I mean, I thought you could see, we fed off of that intensity. It was great. I was happy for him. I think the last couple days is more of what we're going to see going forward. A couple hard hit balls, the hit to drive in two. There was a hard out to the first baseman, even that fielder's choice. It was just great to see him leg that fielder's choice out to extend the inning, and stole a base today. So he's playing baseball, and that's the ask, and then the results we'll bet on. It does. Obviously, everyone's talking about the splits and how much he struggled at home, but I do think that the fans, every at bat, cheering for him, and you got to feel that as a player. And so, like I said, it was really good for him to come through right there.
What's that feeling like for you?
Yeah, it feels good, obviously, to get the first one out of the way. But I didn't do a good job early in the game, but the boys picked me up, and I was able to keep us in a game, and obviously the offense got going, and that's all we needed to get a win today.
What was the big difference from the first inning to the next 6?
Yeah, I think one, they hit some good pitches. I think execution got a little bit better as the game went. Been a treat, and then Yoshi's process is nuts too. I think what he does is insane too. And watching his bullpens and stuff, the preparation is second to none too. And Glass is coming back soon. I'm excited to watch him. I've always been a fan of his. Just what he's able to do with the baseball out of his right hand is unbelievable. And then show obviously through a live today. I haven't really talked to him about it, but I'm assuming it went well. And then when he's on the mound, I love our chances. So yeah, I'm excited. You got a ton of really good arms here and a ton of talent. And
it was nice. I mean, the guys in front of me did a great job of getting on base and putting some pressure on the other pitching staff. So just trying to put up good at bats and just keep it moving down the line, and just continuing to have opportunities throughout the game. Same thing with everyone else. Just as long as we have opportunities and take advantage of them when we can, it'll turn out well for us.
How much are you aware of the numbers, and you got a relief to do that?
Yeah, like you said, I haven't had a hit in the last 3 home runs, but I don't keep up with stats like that. I just try and go up there and take the next at bat and just try and have a good quality at bat, whether it's working along at bat or drawing a walk, or getting ahead, moving guys over. So kind of is what it is, but I just try and go up there and have a good at bat regardless.
How much did you notice the fans trying to give you ovations the last couple of days?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, they come out and support us every single day. I mean, for the most part, we sell it just about every single game. So, I mean, they've been doing their part in supporting us, and we just try and go out there and win games for them. So I'm just trying to do my part in that whole thing.
What was it like seeing Scuba at his best, playing behind him today?
Yeah, it was nice. Finally got him to get a win for him. It was nice. I mean, he's given us some really good starts since he's come over here, and obviously he's one of the best pitchers in the league for a reason. So, him coming back especially after that first inning and putting up a lot of zeros after that was huge, and just keeping us in the ball game and give us an opportunity as we went throughout the game, and able to end up scoring 4 right there and holding on to the win with our bullpen coming in and shutting it down as well.
Welcome for the Dodger fans for Kyle Tucker.
And trying to, just like I said a few days ago, it's like he's not on an island. We're here to support him. I'm here to support him. And anything that we can do to unlock him, we're going to do. So I think that I really feel that we turned a corner. I really do. And I can't speak to what he's going to do tonight at the plate, but I feel mentally, emotionally, I think that he's freed up. And don't know what that looks like, but I'm encouraged.
What gave you that sense?
I just feel that he's we're in a fight, and I think that he understands that, you know, there's no other alternative but to keep going forward, and we just got to get through this together. So I don't know how to articulate it, but I just feel good with.
So, you know, going back to your question, I think it's just we've just created this culture where that's the focus. You know, we preach it every single day, starting back in spring training, and we don't let it ever get away from that. And when it starts getting away from that, we always rein it back in, and we continue to preach, you know, years, taking it one day at a time. You're focused on this. Don't let things snowball. Go out there, do your routine, make sure you know what you're working on, and you know, it's worked out really well for us.
You guys got Kyle Tucker in that clubhouse. Hasn't been the greatest of years for him. Everybody has down years. Obviously, he's battling. He's trying to figure some things out, figure out ways to contribute to this team, and we've seen it. How does the team, you know, this group that has been together for so long, how do you kind of, you know, help keep him not motivated, but just like, don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine. The season doesn't mean 162 doesn't mean anything to the Dodgers anyways. It's about the postseason. We know we're going to get there. Like, how do you kind of, you know, put your arm around him and tell him a famous Alana line here? It's going to be great. What's the motivation and help for Tuck?
I mean, you just let him know that you're there for him. You know, it's his first year in LA. You know, he's across country from his home. It's the first year with a new baby for him. You know, obviously the big there's a lot of things, you know, going on right now, and he has to find a way to battle through all that. And so the biggest thing that we can do is just let him know that we're there for him. And, you know, we have his back no matter what, and he's part of this team. He's part of this clubhouse, and nothing's ever going to change that. No matter how good or bad someone plays, you're part of this team, and, you know, you're part of the family. And so for us, that's always the biggest thing, is just let him know that we're there.
Max, we're going to change it to a topic that I'm sure you're going to love talking about. We're going to talk about yourself and your performance this year. I know, I'm sorry, but we got to hype you up on the show. It feels like this season, you look at the numbers, some of your best numbers on both sides of the ball in the past few years, the all-star berth, you get to share that with your family, recently celebrated 10 years of service time, which is a huge deal. Do you feel like this 26th season is kind of your resurgence year? What has it been like to celebrate all of these things?
Yeah, it's been a great year. And honestly, the biggest thing that comes out of it is I've been healthy. You know, you look at my last couple of years, and the numbers and the pace have been very similar. It's just I haven't been healthy, and so I haven't been able to, you know, put up the numbers throughout an entire year. But you know, they're very similar to what they have in the last couple of years. It's just this year I've been healthy, and you know, that's been the biggest thing for me. And obviously I've been way better on defense this year too, but that's just, you know, the culmination of hard work and just the understanding of the position, and a lot of things coming to fruition finally with that. But yeah, the biggest thing for me is just being healthy, and that's the biggest thing that I've been proud of this year is, you know, finding a way to stay on the field.
You know,
Kyle's no secret. Kyle's going through it a little bit right now. You've had your struggles and up and downs, but I think all that matters is October, and you can completely reshape the narrative in that month. What have you been telling? What your teammates been telling him as far as this period right now?
The message is the same, man. Nobody has doubted him. Everybody struggles at some point. You know, some struggles last longer than others, but for him, it's just a matter of, you know, it's all about one at bat, and I'm pretty confident that he's one at bat away from breaking out of it and, you know, staying hot for the end of the season. And you know, it doesn't matter what type of season you have. You have a great October and you help win a World Series. It's a it's a good season in my opinion.
All right, they want your phone.
Thank you. Do you want to start this one? You can.
Sure, you ready?
Rock, paper, scissors. Go.
I want to talk about what I think is really cool. You and your daughter collecting over Pokemon cards in this collection. You're now the face of it. I think they call it, was it Pokekikemon? That's what's going on there.
Try that again.
What is it, Pokekikemon?
Pokemon?
Pokemon. There you go.
Hearts,
Perfect.
my name.
Pokemon, yeah.
Okay.
Well, how did you get into it, and how special is it for you to share that with Penelope?
I mean, if I'm being honest, the IL is something that's very boring and lonely, and I spent a lot of time on it the last 2 years, and it was last year when I realized that, you know, I've always seen baseball as a hobby, and the reality it is that baseball is my job, and it's not necessarily a hobby, because usually hobby is something that, you know, you do for fun, and I love playing baseball and everything, but at the end of the day, it's my profession, and I didn't really have any hobbies outside of baseball, so I've always answered that question as my hobby is walking the dogs in the afternoon, and that is not really a hobby. So, you know, I started ripping packs, and started ripping with sports first, and then eventually I went back to Pokemon, which I collected as a kid, and as soon as I opened the first pack, it brought back so many memories and so many, you know, it made me feel like a kid. It brought back memories, the smell, the sensation of ripping a pack, all these things. It was something that like brought a lot of joy to me in a moment where I probably needed it. You know, I wasn't feeling the best mentally because I was hurt, and my daughter watched. She fell in love with Pikachu, just like me, and started ripping with me, and now we rip Pokemon, we rip Disney, we rip My Little Pony, we rip a little bit of everything. So Demon Hunter, she's obsessed with Demon Hunters, and they have cards now too, so we rip a little bit of everything, and I think it's pretty cool because not only do I get my fix, you know, but it also helps us connect as a family, and it's something that, you know, we look forward to.
What's your best Pokemon pull so far?
Sabrina's Gengar, Japanese Sabrina's Gengar, pulled it and got graded a 10, so that is definitely my for sure.
What card are you still chasing?
Koro Mew is a card that I love the art of it, and I didn't pull the trigger last year when I wanted it, and now it's gotten a little too expensive, so it's a card that I'll probably be chasing forever.
A little bit about tonight. What's it like? I know as much as you're focused on this season and trying to three-peat.
To be here is something that's really cool, but for me, man, you know, this foundation, what they support, what they stand for, cancer is something that hit home really closely for me, and it's more about that than just, you know, being honored as a group.
You're being honored for
struggle in April and May, and for us, it's a weird timing that it always tends to happen around late July, early August, but we're a group that has been together for so long and have kind of seen it all that. In a sense, we're more than battle tested. So a little grind, a little tough stretch is not going to make us, you know, doubt or panic in any sense. And you know, I think that for us, it's just a matter of, you know, just figuring it out and tuning up certain things. And I think, you know, the series that we just had in Colorado was a pretty positive one, and today's off day is one to, you know, just use it as rest, and, you know, hopefully we can build momentum off it.
Last one.